Hi, welcome to Two Ordinary Fucking Nerds. This is starting out fucking well. Thanks for fucking that up. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well.
Well, no, you would be doing better if you didn't just fuck that up, so...
Oh, I sort of fucking got that.
This is over. We're done. This is the end.
Then you start beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. We should just leave it and be like that. Post that, then afterwards be like, okay, we're kidding. But...
Alright.
Fuck you all. You heard that we're kidding anyway, so...
So what are we going to talk about this week?
Well, first off, what are we drinking on?
Well, I want to know first what we're going to talk about before we drink.
No, you did that last time. It's my turn to decide what we're going to do first.
Right.
God.
Jesus.
Just so needy. So, this week we're drinking on Sierra Nevada Tropical Torpedo Tropical IPA. Wow, that's a lot of tropicals and a lot of T's. Tip of the tongue, teeth, and lips.
Or I'll say it the right way. We're going to have a Sierra Nevada Tropical Torpedo IPA.
Yes. What he said.
So, let's try this beer that you brought today. Tastes like...
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
a little more...
It's like the one we had in the last episode almost. Pretty similar.
It's a little hoppier than like a 80 acre, but it still has that same like fruity flavor of an 80 acre.
I'll give it a 3 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good, actually.
So this week, I figured we could talk about that Thrones preview that came out.
Oh, yeah. I'm so fucking pumped. That pumped my balls like...
Double pump.
Like a fucking masseuse in a Japanese massage trailer. Fuck yeah. I just cannot wait. I think it's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Correct. And then...
Is it 2 or 3?
3. Well, it was 3 weeks, so now it's 2 weeks. But, so, then we're going to maybe lightly touch on Preacher, Fear of the Walking Dead, and then I have some Avengers news, and our typical question at the end.
Alright,
so I say that we
pump this episode up, and let's go pumping.
Or, I was going to say, we could be like Rick, tell everyone we're going to talk about stuff and things.
We prefer.
Or pumping stuff and things.
Pumping stuff and I like that.
Pumping stuff and things.
Alright.
That's not our song at all. We're just stealing it.
So what was your impression about this?
Game of Thrones preview?
This little Game of Thrones preview.
It's way better than that teaser trailer, that bullshit one they sent out where everyone's like walking in a single file line. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then they showed this one, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
like, my favorite...
That tingled my balls pretty well.
My favorite part was when, what the fuck is his name, is beyond the wall, and he lights the sword.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of his name. It starts with a D.
Let's go to the internet.
Gonna find what we're looking for. What's that guy with the flaming sword that's in Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
Flaming sword.
Flaming sword.
What is his name?
His name is Beric Dondarrion.
Beric Dondarrion. So I was pretty excited about that part when he was just like, I was like, yeah, kill some.
But you saw that it was Jon Snow and
the Hound.
The Hound. And
I don't think there was anybody else up there with him.
No, there. You see, there is all 3 of them. 4 of them. I think it's the Hound.
Oh, and what's his face? Tormund.
Tormund. They're all there, and I think the Onion Knight is also there. Could be.
Maybe, or he might be down in Westeros still.
But yeah, that scene was fucking. I want to know if that sword could kill.
If it's, I think that's, well, see, I don't know. It's not Valyrian steel, and the only thing that could kill them is Valyrian steel or the obscene glass or whatever the dragon's
fire can kill. Fire can kill the little wargs.
Yeah,
wargs.
The zombie ones.
Yeah,
not the White Walkers.
The walkers.
Yeah,
walkers.
Just like when in the first season when Jon Burns.
That's pretty racist. You know. They're White Walkers.
Yeah.
And the regulars are just called walkers.
Yeah, why can't they all be classified the same?
Yeah.
They're all zombies.
Welcome to the 3rd century Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's not like he's the Blue Night's King. He is the Night's King. God. My other favorite part is when Jaime's charging through there and he's just like, fucking just... I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, this is when the first charge happens. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's when the fucking Lannister army is decimated and he's just one last hurrah where he's just like, yeah, fuck it. And then he...
So you think he's going to survive this?
I think Jaime will. Although it would be surreal if, like, Jaime survived and then him and Bran are back together and then, like, he has to account for his sins, you know, what he did before paralyzing him. And by the time they meet up, Bran is going to be, like, way more powerful.
Well, Bran's not going to give it. I don't think Bran gives 2 shits about it. To be honest, he has bigger problems. I'm thinking when it's over, there's going to be so many people dead that it really doesn't matter. But my favorite part was also it looks like it's, now we don't know if it's before or after the wall, just because winter has come.
Yeah.
So it could be behind the wall, just because it could start with winter being already forced. And the warriors are able to cross the wall. Mine has to be, I want to see Cersei die. So everything that Cersei shows up, I'm like, picking. But
Cersei dying would be as big as Ned dying.
But I hope she doesn't die in this season.
I think she will.
Although, why she's the last bad guy?
But Jon, I mean, he did. I think Jon is more avid about. We need to come. I think that speech. What I think is that speech is him talking to Dany, Theon, and his sister, and saying, "Oh, we have our differences. We need to work past that because if we don't get past our differences, we're all going to be fucking dead. Like, you guys think that this is a joke, but I've seen some shit. I've been to Nam." But what I'm hoping is that we get like everyone gangbang, and then we're all like, yeah, we're friends. We're gonna fight all the White Walkers, and like.
What I hope is Jon Snow does the speech. Nobody gives 2 shits about it. And fucking Lyanna Mormont comes in, bitch slaps the first person, bitch slaps the second person, and be like, the North remembers. Yeah. And anybody's like, fuck it. This 12-year-old girl yells, bitch slaps Dany, bitch slaps Grey Worm, bitch slaps Sansa.
Not Grey Worm. Yeah, she's so small she tries to slap his cock, but there's nothing there.
He tells him, come here. He lowers himself down so she can be bitch slapped.
The Unsullied do not fear you. You will fear me. You have no power here.
He has no fucks. Like, the Unsullied, like, she doesn't give 2 shits. Well, I want to see more of her.
We did see that in the preview they do have the Unsullied going through a Lannister town and killing Lannisters.
I think they're gonna go to Castle Rock and just be.
I think that the last.
I'm not gonna say there's gonna be raping and pillaging because they don't have no penises, but there's definitely gonna be some pillaging.
So spoilers, real quick, if people don't want to hear this, but there was a rumor that I read. And I think you read that too, maybe.
That Lewis is going to have a sex transformation. He wants to be called
I wasn't going to talk about that.
Oh,
thanks for bringing that up. Good thing I can edit that out because it's not their business. But the reason why they, like Tormund and all of them are over the wall is that they are trying to prove to Cersei that there is White Walkers, so they're going over there and trying to capture one to bring back to King's Landing to show everyone this shit's
Cersei or Dany?
Cersei.
I think Dany would be more.
Dany would make sense, but I think she would be more apt to believing it because, she has fucking dragons. She lived in a fire.
Yeah, but she hasn't heard anything about it. She just walks in and with fucking 3 dragons, and the fucking North comes down and be like, hey, but no way, there's zombies and monsters coming up this way.
It's just,
how about if we all be friends?
That part, like when the Dothraki are coming, and then Drogon is flying over. I'm like, now what part of this is Jaime going like, well, you know what?
We are
Robert was completely wrong. Well, he was actually completely right about this because they're all like, oh yeah, this girl's not going to come over here, because the Dothraki don't go across the water. Well, motherfucker, it's a fucking Dothraki horde. Do you know what they do to people? They will fucking rape you.
Yeah. They're going to be the Russians of World War II. You want the Americans, they're the Sully.
They're just going to be like, they're going to resurrect. Oh, when they first started filming, I did hear a rumor that Khal Drogo would be like back for like a flashback or something because he was in Dublin when they were filming.
I can see that. I can see like a little flashback or Danny.
Jason Momoa is such a badass dude.
Yeah.
Like that is top 10 favorite parts when he's just like, he doesn't speak English the whole time. He's like, a crown for a king. And pours it on his fucking head. I'm like, ugh! Yeah.
That was a good scene. What
other part of the trailer looks good?
All the fucking trailer looks fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, instead of saying what's good, what do you want? Because we talked about it, is like, what two people do you want them to meet or see each other again? I want to see Arya meeting her family.
That is the biggest.
Arya meeting Gregor Clegane one more time.
Oh, that would be cool. Because he would just shit his pants. I would love to see... Arya is the biggest, because like last season when Sansa saw Jon again, like, dude, I was like in tears. Like when we were watching at Josh's, I was like, oh my god, this is so good. Uh-huh. But then I'm also just really, my biggest thing I'm excited for is, dude, they're going to unveil that like Jon and Tyrion are the other heads of the dragon. It's going to be...
I cannot see Tyrion being the other head. Jon is a Targaryen. Mm-hmm. Dany's a Targaryen. I just can't see...
Targaryen raped their mother, and then that's why they all hated Tyrion, and that's why...
But Tyrion... So you think they're going to bring that up and they're going to say that's the truth?
Well, that's the biggest reason.
Like, he's the only... I don't know.
There's 3 dragons. I mean, there's 3 heads of the dragon, so
I think one of the dragons is going to die.
Majority of them are going to die.
I think one of them is going to die this season.
I think Khaleesi's going to be the one that's going to be ruling at the end. Although it would be fucking epic if, like, at the end of the movie you just see, like, the Night's King on the throne and be like, that's pretty fucking awesome. No one expected that. I saw a post for myself on Facebook, you know how they do the previous, and I shared one back in 2012 and said, oh yeah, the season 3 is about to start filming in Belfast and all this, and I'm like, if I only knew what happens in season 3! There's so much carnage.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm super excited, but it's getting to the point we're wrapping up. We got one more season.
I'm super stoked. And a lot of people are pissed off because they said, oh, we might not get it until 2019, but I'm like, you realize, like, there's a specific reason we're not getting it until 2019. Like, this is going to be one of the best endings of any show ever made. Like, Breaking Bad good. And, the director who made all the good, he made, He made Hard Home, he made The Battle of the Bastards, and the last episode of last season. He didn't direct any of these episodes this season. But... it's probably because they're saving him for the finale, like the biggest fight.
Okay, well, I have one question for you that I was thinking about it. And I will say my response first.
Okay.
What team up that you know is not going to happen would you like to see? And for me, it's Sansa and the Hounds. Ramsay's Hounds. And I can see Sansa just walking and then like 6 dogs show up from fucking nowhere and she's like, fuck them. And the straw and that's like her little like squad, and it's the little dogs, because she doesn't have anymore the wolf. The only one left, the only 2 left, I think, is Jon Snow's and Arya's.
Yeah, because Arya's is still out there.
And I want to see, but that's what team up do you know that's not going to happen? Would you like to see?
Jon, Tormund, and Bronn. I just want Bronn with them because they so are different. Like, Bronn, they are all 3 different types, and like, Tormund doesn't get the jokes that Jon says or the comments like, "Oh, we're gonna go on a pincer move." He's like, "The fuck is that?" And he doesn't understand. Braun would
understand. Move is because
Braun knows that, but Braun is also like a comedy relief, and John's just really dark and not really. He doesn't have a lot of sense of humor.
I can see that. I can see a John that like.
You know what they didn't show in there?
Boobies.
Sam. They didn't show Sam. Sam's going to be a big part in this coming up because
Sam. I think they saw him. He was reading he was in the library, wasn't he?
No, they didn't show him at all. I don't think.
I think so. He saw him maybe in one of the still pictures, but I seen Sam. Like he's like in almost like a T-shirt, almost reading like a book.
Maybe.
But all right, let's move to our next topic.
So, Preacher season 2 started. They had an episode Sunday, and then they had one on Monday. I haven't watched Mondays yet, but dude, it's so fucking good.
AMC.
Yeah, Preacher is another comic book that AMC has came out. It's
also from Image.
Yeah, it's a really good comic. It's about a guy who gets possessed by the god Genesis, or the angel Genesis or whatever, and he has the power to make people do anything against their will. He can communicate with them, say, "Oh, you need to dance," and so they'll start dancing. Like he just tells them what to do, and they'll do it. "Oh, you need to shoot yourself, dodge that bullet," anything. So the story is about him and his girlfriend Tulip and their friend Cassidy, which is a vampire. Fucking hilarious. He's a hardcore Irish vampire. Like he just has like the accent. Mm-hmm. So the first season you get to know the characters. Second season just started, and so they're running. There's a character. His name is the All Saints Killer, and basically he gets hired by angels to kill angels or things that have fallen from Earth. What'd you say?
The Boondock Saints.
Yeah, the Boondock Saints. No, actually, he's the guy who plays the All Saints Killer and Preacher is the guy from The Hobbit, the bigger dwarf. He's the one with like
Aragorn?
No, the dwarf like in the Hobbit. In the Hobbit, like he's the big forearms. He's like I don't remember what his name was.
The Blackbeard.
Yeah, he's the bigger. Out of all of them, he's like
he's bald.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're talking about.
Yeah. But he's basically this cowboy, and his job is to go hunt down Preacher because obviously that spirit has left heaven and he's not supposed to be out. So the angels hire them to go after him. The show is really fucked up, like really weird. Super
the comic
weird.
Is.
Have you've read it? Oh, I didn't know that. Well, this is really awkward because I thought I was describing it to you as also.
Well,
do you watch it?
I did not watch it. I want to watch it.
It's so fucking good. This season just started like there's a he.
Is it on Netflix? Because that was my hope. It was going to pop up on Netflix.
It might be on Netflix because all of AMC shows are on there. Let's look. Hold on, Netflix. Hopefully I talked to a friend about it, told him it was a good show, and hopefully he puts it on a server he might or might not have. Yeah, that's weird that if it's not on there because Walking Dead and all their other shows, it'll be on there because all their other shows are. But
is it a Netflix?
No.
No, so we're assuming it will be a Netflix.
Yeah, because all AMC shows are. But it's like, just to give you a taste, there's a part in there in the first, the opening act of the second season where they get surrounded by cops. And the cops are like, okay, put your guns down, because they try to outrun them, but they run out of gas. So they get out of the car, and then Preacher is talking to Tulip Cassidy about, should I use my power, should I not? Because he's always like, oh, this is kind of fucked up that I have this power, and I use it against people's free will. Yeah. Well, then he tells this one cop, he's like, stop. You two, hold hands. You two. He looks at the sheriff, he's like, spray pepper spray on your balls. And then he tells this other guy to sing, and then all of a sudden you just see all these bullets flying and people fucking their heads being blown off. And
who shot the bullets?
The All Saints Killer. Oh. He's shooting from it sounds like a howitzer shooting up. He's just blowing people up. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but overall the new season is as fucked up as it usually is, and it's so good.
That's good.
But yeah.
So the first episode of the second season start strong.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The second, Seth Rogen, you can tell he definitely has a passion for this comic because he is just, this fucking show is just so good. it's okay that they don't really say fuck in it because it's, it's not like Negan where it's part of his, Negan's banter is, he says fuck a lot. I mean, like, that's his, but like in this show, they don't really do that. It's more so the violence and the weird shit.
Yeah, but I mean, Negan still did a good job without coin. I mean, there's ways to go around it.
I just don't see why they don't, because FX is just...
Probably for the ratings.
Probably because there's a lot of kids that watch Walking Dead, but they're watching something that's super graphic. Herschel's head was severed off except for the skin, like...
Yeah, but I mean, that's how we live now. Like, you can't say fuck because poor kids, but you can show him somebody getting his head blown off.
Yeah. Speaking of Walking Dead, Fear of the Walking Dead this season is real strong. Best season.
So it's third season?
Third season. It's really fucking good. I mean, I would compare it to, if I was going to compare it to like a Walking Dead series, I would say it would probably be compared to like season 4. Like season 4 is the one where like the governor comes back and like cuts Herschel's head off and stuff. The first, spoilers, but the first episode, they escape this compound that they're being held in, that people are being put to death to see how long it takes them to turn. Like, this dude who's doing it is just fucked in the head.
How long does it take?
Huh?
How long does it take?
It depends if you're fat or not. He's like, if you're fat, then you're going to take longer than someone that's skinnier. But one of the main characters, Travis, gets in a helicopter, and then the rest of the people go in the convoy. They're going back to this camp that they found out is established. Well, while Travis is flying up in the helicopter, this is the first episode of the first season. Like, all of a sudden, him and his stepdaughter are in the helicopter, and someone's shooting at the helicopter from straight up, and he just fucking dies. Like, he just gets shot, and his guts are hanging out, and he gets shot in the neck, and he's like, and he's just like, so he opens the door, and his stepdaughter's like, what are you doing? No, I can save you. And then he opens his arms to show that there was another bullet that came up and got his guts. So he just flies out of the helicopter and fucking dies. That was the first episode. I was like, holy shit. And then...
AMC does that. They always start strong.
Mm-hmm.
But then I feel like always start strong, and then they just calm the fuck down. And then strong, calm down.
This season's been a lot better than the other ones. I mean,
for me, it's hard to get into Fear of the Walking Dead.
If you get past the first season, the second season is pretty good, except for the last part of the second season is like, meh, but like this season is just, fuck. I would say it's got me captivated, because before, like, I would, maybe not watch one and just wait in a week and watch it. No, this one I'm like, I gotta watch it the day of. That's why I didn't play the game with you guys the other night, because I was like, I got Preacher and I have Fear of the Walk. But
that's why.
So,
but
what are we at here?
30.
Oh, almost.
24.
All right, so we're gonna jump into the
Spider-Man.
Daily Bugle. So, ScarJo, also known as Scarlett Johansson, #Black Widow, was on Colbert's show last week, and he was just hounding her about information for Avengers. And of course, Disney Marvel is like, CIA. If you talk about it, they're going to shoot you. And so she was like, well, one thing I can tell you is there is a scene where... So picture this. Civil War, there was probably, at that one fight scene in the airport, was probably 16 people there at once, and one screen fighting each other. Probably a little bit less. It just... What? When they're fighting at the airport.
You got Vision, Spider-Man, Black Widow, Iron Man, and War Machine.
Hawkeye.
No, but that's 5. And they have the same amount on the other side, so 10.
Yeah, it was 10 or 11, because you forgot Spider-Man. And Spider-Man was on Tony's side.
So it'll be 6, 12.
Yeah. So, Scarlett Johansson said there's a part in this next movie that she's filmed that there's 32 people at once. 32. That's fucking nuts, dude.
I'm just hoping
that means I'm just like hoping like we get like other characters. Like, that'd be fucking cool if like Loki was in there.
I can see Loki.
And then like obviously Captain Marvel will be there, and like just
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man will be there, and there's just
Black Panther. Well, Black Panther's trailer looked amazing.
Oh, dude, Black Panther looks awesome.
That's after Spider-Man movie. I thought it was gonna be hard to beat Thor. Ragnarok, but Black Panther.
I'm way more excited for Black Panther. That movie just looks so badass. Like Michael B. Jordan as a villain just like looks like when he's surrounded by all the women.
Yeah, the elite guard.
The elite guard, and he's in there and he just pulls out those knives. I'm like, dude, this dude's about to whoop some ass. And then of course, Claw, Golem. He's just so good. So
it's gonna be.
But 32 fucking people. 32. Like, how are you? What? I mean, obviously, so Guardians of the Galaxy. That's 5. You have Drax, Groot, Gamora. Sorry.
You're probably gonna have the Nebula.
Nebula will probably be in there.
So it's gonna be. There's 12 already from Civil War.
We've already.
You're gonna add another 6 or 7 from Guardians, plus the villains, plus Thor and Hulk. So it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure because there'll probably be people from Black Panther in that movie that'll be fighting probably.
Could be. I mean, dude, it shouldn't.
I just can't.
It should only be. It should only be them, but
I just am excited to see everyone's reaction to Rocket. Like, that's my main thing. Like, not even Groot, people are gonna be like, what the fuck? But, like, Rocket.
Who's gonna have the interaction with Rocket?
I don't know. I think.
Are you a raccoon? You know?
I think Tony and Star-Lord will be pretty good also. They're like, what the fuck?
Because I think Spider-Man is the comic relief, basically. The true comic relief. Normally it's Thor.
Well, no, Tony is usually. You have a lot of comic relief now because, like, all of Guardians is comic relief. So, like, Chris Pratt is, their banter between him and Rocket. And
but it's moving more from Chris Pratt, it's moving more now to Groot. Groot is having the minion effect.
Yeah.
Where Groot is getting more and more screen time because people think like.
But they did a good job.
Oh no! This is not the same as the Minions.
Yeah.
They did a good. There's a reason why you're attracted to them. But yeah, like it's gonna. That's what I feel like it's gonna be. It's gonna be Spider-Man. It's gonna be the pure comic relief. When I mean comic relief, where he's gonna throw the jokes.
My question is, there is some leaked pictures that they are showing. It looked like a damaged New York again.
Doctor Who.
Or Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
If Doctor Who shows up, I'm going to flip the fuck out.
And the TARDIS like,
I'm the Doctor.
What would be funny if there's like the TARDIS and be
yeah.
like, oh.
Speaking of the Doctor, he's about to regenerate.
Mm-hmm. So.
But yeah, I'm really...
They also talked about Venom being part of the MCU, and it's not confirmed, or is it confirmed?
No. Like we said in the last podcast, it's not really. They keep going back and forth. Like, one person says, Sony says, oh no, it's part of the MCU, and then Kevin Feige falls back and says no. But I think what he's trying to do is not try to leak information, because the only information we have about Phase 4 is that Spider-Man comes out 2 months after Avengers 4, and they just released that today.
Spider-Man 2?
Yes. So that he's going to be the follow-up to the aftermath of that movie, because... And they can't release what happens in Phase 4 because obviously then people will know, okay, this character dies, this character dies. I mean,
I don't think you don't need to. I mean, even if they die,
the only thing I want is
they're not gonna kill Captain America. They're not gonna kill Iron Man. What? They're just gonna be gone forever?
Captain's my top pick for death.
And they're gonna be gone. No more Captain America.
Well, no, because Falcon can be Captain America, or Bucky can.
Or
Bucky
or they can use a character, and they can be like new Captain America.
I think Bucky will become
James Bond.
Could, but I don't think that's what they're gonna do. It's already been done. I think they're actually gonna kill, because they're starting to get a reputation that these characters, we know they're not gonna die. Like, people honestly thought like Nick Fury died in Captain America, Winter Soldier, and then he ended up being alive. They're like, man, that would have been a perfect time to kill him, because it would have been emotional, and people would have been like, more attached to that character. But now if they killed him off, people would be like, I don't care, he's not really around that much anymore. And it's like, but if they kill Captain off now, I mean, I still feel like even after Civil War,
but you have to think about it. Like, what happens in 6 years? They're going to use Falcon for the next 6 years? They're going to use Bucky for the next 6 years?
Can't see it. I don't know if it's going to be that. We know it's going to be in space. that's going to be their next move. Is it's all going to be.
I can't see the officially killing somebody. And if they do, they're gonna have some sort of way of bringing them back.
I just don't have. Yeah, because I mean, they killed.
Because they have to kill anybody.
They should have killed Rhodey, but instead of killing Rhodey, they paralyzed him. Which, I mean, it's good.
He can still walk, though.
I think it's good because, like, for kids, like, you don't say, like, oh, this person's dead. I mean, that's not to say there's plenty of fucking killing in those shows. I mean, Black Widow kills.
No, they just simply...
Yeah.
Yeah. They have serious concussions and brain damage. A huge amount of brain damage. They're still alive.
Yeah.
And, like, what is it, the joke, like, Batman? He's like, oh, you can kill him and just throw a sharp boomerang to his face.
He's not dead, he just can't see.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was our news. The only thing, my last question is, can Wolverine's claws penetrate Luke Cage? This was a question given to me by a coworker of mine that follows us on. Can Wolverine and the Mantium penetrate Luke Cage's skin?
I don't think so.
I told him that we would I think it would have more likelihood of
Wolverine. Luke Cage's his skin is impenetrable. It cannot be broken.
Nothing can. You don't think that even adamantium, the strongest metal in the world, that can cut through anything?
It's not the strongest. Cutting shield is stronger. Vibranium is stronger.
It is?
Yeah, because it's the force of... It's technically stronger, and adamantium is...
indestructible.
Sort of.
That's what I'm getting at, is the only way to destroy adamantium is to hit it on adamantium. That's the only way to destroy it. The only way he's destroyed it before is, that's how it gets destroyed when it gets cut because of that, or if, like, unless his claws get fucking ripped out.
That's a good question, but I think it's in the no, because Luke Cage's skin is indestructible.
I think my theory is it would be one of those scenarios like in Age of Ultron when Captain grabs the Thor's hammer and moves it a little bit, where he's like, you
can punch it. You can knock the fuck out of it.
No, what I'm saying is like, like Thor's hammer, it's metaphorical, like, Captain is kind of worthy of the hammer. But I think with Wolverine, I think it would be more so, instead of him moving it a little bit, it would be like he tries to go after Luke Cage, and Luke gets like a little, like a pin cut, like where he has a little bit of blood draw, and he realizes like, that's odd.
It has to be a comic with a Wolverine. Yes, Wolverine claws can cut Luke Cage. It's one of the few things that has been shown to pierce his skin.
I figured. I was always on the side of the adamantium going through his skin, because it's the only thing that can destroy adamantium is adamantium. Technically
speaking.
So,
but like for example, Magneto can destroy it.
I still, yeah.
But Wolverine cannot cut a Captain's shield.
Oh, but see, I think it would be cooler if they had like a movie like that where they showed it, instead of them cutting Luke Cage because he's impervious to that, he hits him. But, like, it doesn't do anything, but gives him a little cut like that, because I think it would be more funny. Like, But, I think that's it for today. Follow us at Two Ordinary Nerds at Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, RedTube. We're on all your porn sites. We do have live feeds of porn every now and then. Nope.
That's you just masturbating.
It is?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, cheers!
Cheers.